and then we got dank below it, and then we got mid, moderately tolerable, and trash.
Hmm.
So usually we have a little bit more selections. I might have put too many tiers, but just match them however you feel. And King is gonna read out the titles because that's a little bit too small. It might go first, second, third. I mean, you'd be more privy of knowing that information than me if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see. You
So
got
let's go all the way from the left.
All
Or
right.
wait. What? That's Elden Ring.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
What's all the way to the right? Because I want to go with the
This one?
first one.
That's a
Dark Souls
Dark Souls.
Let's go right to left.
remastered.
Yeah, it's all over the place,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
is.
all good.
It is. Yeah, let's go right to left then. Elden Ring will be the last.
All
All
right.
right, so Dak is going to put together this tier list, and then y'all roast his decisions in the comments. That's what y'all have to do. So up first,
Dark Souls remastered.
Okay, so
where are you going to put that?
I definitely got to put it in Dank because that was my introduction. That's definitely an amazing one. It's definitely got some flaws. Um, like I kind of think of it as like a diamond in the rough type of thing.
What are the top two major flaws that you see in it?
Okay, so one of the main things is that like I remember when I originally was playing it, this was an issue that the online, like the code for the network code and stuff was kind of shitty. So online playing was a little janky. People try to do PvP against each other, and they were just like.
So that was consistent, like all across the board. Like everybody was having issues with that.
For a lot of people, it doesn't matter to me that much because I don't usually do that stuff. But it was like a noticeable flaw.
I mean, that's a big feature in the game,
Right.
multiplayer, and for it to not work.
Yeah. The other thing is like, and this is not really their fault, like the developers. It's they're on a tight schedule, and so there's just some lack of polish and stuff that wasn't finished.
Mm-hmm.
And like near towards the end of the game, that they had to like kind of just work with what they had, and it's like you get to that part of the game, you're like, oh, okay, I can see that.
you could see what they were talking about whenever they said they had to wrap things up.
Right. Yeah, and it's like, okay, so this could have been a little more better developed, but
At least there's somewhat of a reason behind it, and it wasn't
Yeah.
just lax production or like
Nah.
lax writing.
and I mean, it didn't hinder my experience with it when I played it for the first time, because it really is like a super engrossing experience, both in just like the atmosphere, but then like, you know, I mean, the difficulty and the style of game at the time was kind of a novel idea.
Yeah.
We're not going to hold your hand, you're going to get your ass kicked, and we're not going to tell you shit, and let you, the player, figure out what's going on in this world. So it kind of like forces you to invest yourself in the game so you can understand what's going on.
Is there any other type of game that's anything like this?
Um, Not in terms of like gameplay and stuff, but like in that type of mentality.
Yeah.
Morrowind, bro, Elder Scrolls 3,
True.
because that shit like, all right, so you gotta go like a mile that way. Look for the rock,
Yeah.
and somewhere on the right, there's a guy. Talk to him, and you're like, okay, that doesn't.
There's
tell
a
me
note
anything.
500 paces to your right that you have to read the front and the back of for you to
Right.
get information on what town to go to next, and then you have to talk to every
Mhm.
NPC and gather information. It's I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean that at that point, if you're able to navigate through all of that, you're totally like you said, engrossed in the game. At that point,
'cause
you're just like
you're reading journals and books, and
always
notes.
thinking that shit.
You're talking to people, and it's like it gets you more into the game itself.
Right.
It's more effort, so I get why
It
people
forces you because I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? Not
Right. You won't
complete the
understand.
missions.
right? You won't know what the hell you're doing.
Right.
What's going on? But I like that.
What's the next one?
Dark Souls 2.
Oh, okay. Dark Souls 2. Straight to the trash bin.
Oh, no shit. I thought the third one was all across the board the bad one.
Mm-mm.
No shit.
It has some other stuff like underneath it because there's I see
Yeah.
that one and then that one.
Yeah, it's they came out with DLC.
Oh, okay.
Bro, what type of list is this guy making?
Nah,
What kind of
that's not
fucking
good.
bullshit?
I can't speak on the DLC. I never even got that far, but this
Yeah,
is
let's
the
just-
only.
We'll put it in the trash too.
Yeah, this is the only Dark Souls game I've never beaten, and the only one that I thought was
Why?
bad. Because okay, so when they made this game, this was when they were. It was after the success of Dark Souls and stuff, so they were able to get a bigger team, and they had the main team working on what was eventually going to be Bloodborne,
I remember you playing that.
and then the B team worked on Dark Souls 2. And to me, it's very obvious that it's the B team, like
Yeah,
in every aspect.
I remember you explaining this to me whenever you were ranting about it. I think you were playing Demon Souls, and then you were just ranting to me. You're just like, bro, this is the fucking B team game. This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's just like not that creative to me. There's not like all the stuff that you come to expect from these games, like the atmosphere and the memorable music and the boss fights. Like none of that was there for me.
What?
Yeah, and like I found out like 80% of the way through the game, and I was like still waiting for it to like pick up and get better. When I found that out, I was like, oh, that's a waste of my time.
You're waiting for this like rising action, and it's like,
No, you're almost there to the end. And I was like, well, fuck, so then it sucks then.
we've already gone through multiple high points of the story. High points of the story.
It's still bad, then yeah, it's a bad game. I don't like it. So,
Go ahead and put that other one in the trash too, because that's probably trash as well.
yeah.
What's that upcoming?
Sekiro.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna. I never got to finish this one because I was playing it at Tuck and West's apartment before they left Louisiana, so I didn't get to finish it. But I would like to put it up there with Dank.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely one of the better ones. It's super refined. It's the change in the combat, where there's like you don't really block. It's all about like
Parrying
and like fast combat. Like they have I forget what they call it, but like a system. This bar fills up, and it's like you're supposed to mix and match really quickly, like attacking and then deflecting and dodging and like moving around at the same time, and it's like super fast paced and frantic.
That reminds me of Batman Arkham Asylum. How you have like 10 people all around you, and you're waiting for like different cues to pop up, and you're like punching a person from one corner of the room, going to the other, and it's just like all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate, but that's the only thing that comes to my mind.
I get what you're saying. And dude, the fucking art style, it's all like, feudal Japanese fantasy shit. Oh,
That already sounds amazing.
Super peak. No, the boss and enemy designs and stuff is pretty top tier. So I definitely got to give it to Sekiro as being one of the better titles for sure.
So we got two, and would you change the order in the Dank?
Nah.
Keep it.
Because I'm super biased towards Dark Souls, man. Like that's just one of my favorite games of all time. So it's gotta stay high up there.
Kingsley, did you ever touch any of these games?
No.
Yeah, dude.
No.
I'm with you. It's frustrating. We just aren't good. We just aren't good enough. What's it? Is that 3 next?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they're all on PlayStation, huh?
It's some of them are only on the PlayStation. Like Demon Souls was PS3, and then the remaster was on PS5.
I remember you playing Demon Souls and Bloodborne.
Yeah, and Bloodborne's only on the PS4, which is fucking stupid.
Really, it's only PS4?
It's the only one of their games they haven't like ported or remastered.
Damn.
For some reason,
we're Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox and PC.
PC's alright. Yeah. Dark Souls 3. All right, that I gotta put up there in OG.
No shit.
Because that's like basically, they've been working on the formula from the first game, and that's kind of like the perfection of that formula.
They didn't have an A and B team. It was like all one major team.
And so it's like they refined all these different mechanics and gameplay designs they've had. Super memorable music, areas, bosses, and all that. It's also probably one of the more like accessible ones to play.
What do you mean by that?
Like they do a better job of easing you into the difficulty and giving you a little more of a hand in instructing how to play the fucking game. Still not a lot, but
right.
Comparatively. And then the DLCs are like some of the best DLCs of any video game I've ever played.
Really?
Like the last one they released for it's like the Ring City is what it's called. It basically like ends the entire like storyline of like the Dark Souls series.
And it wraps everything up to where you were impressed and you were like, oh, this isn't just an open-ended video game ending.
Yeah, because like basically what happens is you end up like going to the end of time itself, and it's like
spoiler alert.
Yeah,
I'm never
spoiler, guys.
I'm never gonna play it, so not spoiler for me.
But it's like this endless wasteland, and you're just fighting this one guy who finally like obtains the Dark Soul.
No shit.
And like loses his mind. It's like it's just you and him, mano a mano. At the end of time, all life is gone, and it's just like some fight to the death, man. It's super cinematic and amazing.
Dude, the only clips that I really see of Dark Souls are just maniacs without any armor, just
Yeah.
naked, and they're going like one a no death playthrough, and
People love doing that shit with
I'm
these
like, bro,
games.
that is insane
That's
to me.
too much.
That's
Too much.
crazy. This guy's like, I've died by this boss 637 times. And I'm like, bro.
And they do soul level 1, no armor, with a dance pad playthrough,
Yeah.
no hit run.
Playing it on the Nintendo DS, like Guitar Hero attachment.
Like,
You're
bro, like
what?
why? Why would you go through the trouble? It must be just so annoying.
Is that Demon?
Yeah, it's
Demon's-
next is Demon Souls. That one, I'm gonna have to put that in. I would say mid,
Mid.
because okay, if it's the first of the Souls-like games they made, it's got some good parts to it, and I liked it.
Wait,
Enjoyed
it was
it.
what did you just say?
It's the first like Souls-like game.
That's before they made Dark Souls?
Yeah, Demon Souls came first,
So that was the very first one.
and then
Oh, okay.
Dark Souls is like a spiritual successor. Like they're not really like sequels; they're not connected.
But it's the same gameplay style, but just
Yeah.
different stories. And
Yeah.
Dark Souls is obviously the more successful and polished.
Mhm.
Okay,
that's where it first
that's
started.
interesting.
And the reason I say mid is because like it kind of shows that it's their first time doing it, and like the little short history, I guess, is like before they made From Software, before they made the series and these games,
Hmm.
they were like a super small indie company who made really obscure like or first person RPG games that are also mega hard. So this was like their first like really big title of any kind, and they weren't, they didn't have the experience yet. So it's pretty rough around the edges, and it's not quite as memorable as the other games are.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's all right. It's fun. I beat it.
Perfect. That the perfect tier is what you.
Yeah, no, it's
You're
seriously like
describing it as like it's mid.
Yeah,
and that's exactly where it is.
dictionary definition of mid.
Demon Souls mid.
Then you got Dark Souls again, and then you got
What is that? What is that next one,
Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's like the original box art.
bro? What?
But
This guy has the worst tier list. I'm gonna look up the creator of this tier list, and I'm just gonna slam him.
but Bloodborne.
So wait, where are you putting?
Dark Souls.
'Cause
That's just
that was a remastered.
Right.
So wait, so I mean,
so
basically,
is that the original one? That's the original
Yeah.
art
Yeah.
cover. So I mean, just put it.
Yeah, you can count
it in
one and the
dank.
same.
all right.
So in the remaster, they didn't fuck anything up to where you're like, fuck this,
From what I understand, it's really just like graphical changes.
like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's not really like gameplay is any different.
What's
Bloodborne.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's an easy OG right there, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Bloodborne.
Dark
One of the
Souls
peak.
3 and Blood? Would you change the order right there?
That's a tough one. That's tough, man.
All right, we'll save the organization of the OG
Okay,
column
yeah.
for last.
Okay. Yeah.
What's
Demon
up next?
Souls.
Demon Souls.
Yeah, that's the remaster, I think.
So mid as well. So the last one we got, Elden Ring. Where would you rank this in the Dark Souls?
I would say dank.
Would you change the order of the dank? Because now we're gonna change the order of these tier lists. We'll save the OG for last.
Is left better or right?
Left is better.
Yeah, I'd probably put Elden Ring first.
Okay. So it's not yet, not yet OG, but still
on the cusp.
dank.
You gotta
Dank
wait-
as fuck.
Gotta wait to see the DLC.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
Because that's always the thing with these games too. Is the DLCs are always like 10 out of 10. And you always gotta wait for that to really like get the full package, I guess.
Yeah, that's what made me like Witcher 3 so much more.
Oh yeah.
I was so infatuated with the original story, and then they come out with
Bloodwine
three
and shit.
amazing DLCs that are just the same type of quality. I'm like, bro, another 50, 60 hours
Yeah,
is just
for
gonna go
real.
down the drain. All right, so let's have the decision.
All right.
Dark Souls 3 or what was it? What was the other one? Bloodborne.
Ah, dude, it's so tough. Cause like,
You got to pick one.
if I include the DLCs, then I would want to pick Dark Souls 3. But if we're talking about just like the base games by themselves without DLCs, I probably would put Bloodborne higher.
You're making a lot of variables
I
and
know.
exceptions. Which which is the better project altogether? You got to make a decision.
You're putting this hard, man. All right, I'm gonna go Bloodborne. I'm gonna go Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is your favorite out of all of the games,
Probably so,
probably.
because like Bloodborne's a fucking masterpiece.
Okay,
Like,
and I have a follow up question.
all right,
Out of all of these games, what gave you the most the most trouble?
Bloodborne.
That's probably why you like it so much.
Yeah, Bloodborne's
You
definitely
know
the
like
hardest.
every single aspect of every single part of the game because you've had to grind out and die so many times.
Because that one's like a little similar to Sekiro, where you don't really have blocking in that game.
Mm.
There's just countering, but even that, it's like it's a resource. You can't even like counter
For what?
because they counter with guns. It's like you use guns like a sidearm, and then you can like counter with that, but you only get so many bullets. So like,
Bro, that puts bro.
so the way it works is that like after you get hit, and you lose some health for like a few seconds. You can hit the enemies, and get your health back.
Mm.
So it's all about like taking hits, dodging, getting some health back. You know,
Dude,
dodging,
that is
countering. Like it's super fast paced.
like intentionally taking some hits so you can get that health
Yeah,
health regen.
you're supposed to be really aggressive,
Dude,
and the bosses are built around that, and it's really fucking hard.
bro.
But it's so fun, and it's unique as shit. I don't know if you ever seen anything of it. Or
I
played
remember you playing Bloodborne and Demon.
Demon Souls.
Yeah, Demon Souls. Because I don't remember you playing the actual Dark Souls,
Mhm.
but I remember you playing all the other ones because you were talking about Dark Souls while you were playing them.
So with Bloodborne, they did a
Wait, when did Bloodborne come out, and what's the timeline of this?
16, 20? No, because I was at Joe's.
Is
place
that
when I
after
played.
Dark Souls 3?
Yes. I don't remember exactly. They're kind of close to each other,
Okay.
but it's what's it called? It's like Lovecraftian horror.
Mm,
So it's super like gothic and dark,
I love that shit.
and the monsters are all like, you know, like Lovecraft horror is like indescribable alien beasts that you can't comprehend,
Yeah.
and that's like well the enemy and boss designs are like.
Yeah, the boss designs are really, really unique in those games. They scare me that I can't
Those are
comprehend
terrifying.
what they look like. I can't compare them to anything.
Exactly. That's
That's
like
crazy.
they nail that perfectly with the game.